Guys, welcome to another Cooking with VMX, and today I'm going to show you how to make steak stew, which is really beef stew, but I use steak. So I have all my ingredients here. We have our vegetables and stuff. We have more of these wonderful scallions or green onions or spring onions, or whatever the heck you want to call them. We got these potatoes. These are the individually wrapped, bakeable russet ones. I pretty much like them. I got 4 of them. I like to get the individually wrapped ones because they come off as cleaner. You don't have to wash them as much. Got some chilies here. These are Serrano chilies. These are not homegrown. These are from Walmart. So there you go with that. Got some olive oil right here. It's the old extra virgin olive oil. It's probably fake. It's probably counterfeit mafia oil, but whatever. We got paprika. We got... sorry for all the noise because I am at my sister's place, but it's just the best place to do this. We got some chili powder there. Got, of course, the old sea salt. Brand new thing of pepper. We got our baby carrots. And here's the most important ingredient, is our steaks. Now they've been marinated. Oh, and flour is over there. I actually bought a small thing of flour and then I forgot it, so I'm using my sister's flour. And there's our steaks. These are ribeyes, which are really good. You can see they have some nice fat going on through there. And it's been marinating for about 7 hours. You really don't need any more than an hour, but I just stuck them in the fridge marinating. And what they're marinating in is olive oil, which I've added... my nephew's freaking out. I've added chili powder and smoked paprika, and we just mix that up, and we got 2 ribeye steaks in there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cook the steak. So if you're not interested in the stew portion, we can make the steak portion. So we need a pan here. And actually, the first things first is I need to get myself a cutting board, and we're going to season the steaks. So actually, I'm going to pause right here and get that stuff ready. Okay, so here I am on the other counter, and I got myself a cutting board here. I got myself some salt and pepper and paprika. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to season the board, and then we're going to put the steak down on top of it. Not right now, Nathan. That's my name, all right. So, that's my name. So we're just going to pour a really super generous amount of salt right directly onto the board. And what the salt does, you want to generously coat the steak with salt. And what that does is it's going to be super generous. It's going to draw the moisture out of the surface area of the salt. And what that does is it gives you that nice crust. And the steak will caramelize on the outside. You see that wonderful color. So let's get some pepper in there. Okay. And here's the paprika. We're going to get that going. Thankfully it's... we don't need a lot of that because they've already been pretty seasoned with paprika. And we just reach in, grab one steak, let the marinade drip off. See, these are really nice steaks. Believe it or not, you can get really good steaks at Walmart. You just have to pay a little more for the nicer ones. And basically, we're just going to do that. We're going to sop up all the seasoning. And you want to do this on a wooden cutting board, not a plastic one, because the texture of the wood helps you out, and you really want to rub it down. And just don't be afraid to get your hands in there. And really, see, the meat is nice and tender because it's been marinated. The purpose of a marinade is not so much for flavor, it's to loosen up the meat. It breaks down the fibers, especially since beef. Beef is tough. You actually can't eat really fresh beef because you break your tooth on it. It's kind of ridiculously tough. And that's why steaks are aged. So anyway, that's how you do one. I'm going to do them both, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. So we got the steaks nicely seasoned. They are looking really good, and I'm going to show you how to cook one. I'm going to do one on video. The other one I'm not going to bother filming. We got our pan here. We're just going to right away high heat here. So right away to high heat, and I'm going to pop a little olive oil in there. Now some people like butter with their steaks, but for the initial thing, you're going to want just a little tiny bit of olive oil. Like that much is enough. You really don't need a lot. And you're going to let the pan get super, super hot before you put the steak in. If you put the steak in when the pan's not hot, what's going to happen is it's going to wind up being greasy, which is, you just don't want that. You want it to be nice, and I love that they're yelling throughout this. nice. You don't want to have that crust. You don't want the outside of the steak to be soft. You want the inside to be soft and tender, and you want the outside of a nice crust. So we're going to let the pan get really hot, and what you want is when you put the steak in, you want to hear that sizzle. If you don't hear the sizzle, you just kind of like take the steak, touch it in there. If you hear sizzle, you can place it in there. Don't plop it in there because the oil will splatter, and hot olive oil burns like a mofo. You do not want that. If you hear the sizzle, it's okay to put it in. If you don't, take it out, wait a little longer. The entire pan doesn't need to be coated with olive oil. No matter what you do, it's going to stick. You're going to want it to stick. You want it to stick to the pan for about a minute, and don't touch it. And what's going to happen is it'll eventually release itself, and that's when you know you have that nice crust and it's fully caramelized. And then you flip it. We're not going to touch it at all until then. Right, Kristen?
Right.
Right. My sister's here. Can I film you?
No.
Okay.
I look like crap.
You don't look like crap. You don't look like crap. What do you think? You think it's hot enough? I don't think so.
No.
No, it's not there yet. What do you think of the steaks?
Look at these things.
Zoom
in a little bit.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
What do you think of my seasoning job?
Look at that.
Just salt, pepper, paprika?
Oh, I love paprika.
Yeah, smoked paprika.
Oh, I don't have smoked. I have...
Oh, you can get it at Walmart.
I didn't see it.
It's with the McCormick stuff, the glass bottles.
Oh, I have this one.
Oh, you get Spice Classics?
Yeah.
That's pretty good too. That's like the second tier option.
Did you see this?
Let's see, what is that?
But I've been
Garlic
cooking
bread
with it.
spice blend.
But I've been cooking with it.
I'm not a fan of spice blends, but let's see what's in here. Garlic, soybean, onion, carrot, red bell pepper, black pepper, and parsley. No salt.
Right.
Interesting. So you'd have to add your own salt, obviously.
I don't cook with a lot, though.
No Parmesan in there.
No.
That's weird.
That's why you had...
Grandpa would love that.
It's pretty cool. Steak.
Okay. So yeah, we're not there yet. We're not going to get that sizzle. Just going to move this around a little just so it doesn't all evaporate on me. That was my sister. She did not want to be filmed. Oh, gonna have to have another plate handy, so let me head over here and get that. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And that's gonna be for the cooked steaks. Now, I'm gonna show you guys, or actually I'm gonna tell you guys about temperature. Essentially, how do you know when a steak is rare, medium, well done? Well, take your finger, okay, your index finger, whatever finger, and touch the center of your cheek. Press into your cheek gently. That's what rare feels like.
I got a better one for you.
Well, this is the one I use.
Favorite chef, a good chef told me it. Are you ready?
Okay, well, can I finish saying what I'm saying?
I'll tell you
Okay, so that's what rare feels like. Now take the same finger, touch it to your chin. That's what medium feels like. And then if you touch it to your forehead, that's what well done feels like. My sister here says she has an alternative. Come on over here and tell me, Kristen. Well, she's giving the kids some candy. You want Skittles.
Okay.
Skittles, taste the rainbow. All right, now what is your alternative?
But if you don't have fingers, it's not going to work.
Okay, you need to have fingers.
You gotta
for
have
this.
fingers. Okay.
So
this is what you do. Your pinky and your thumb together. You feel right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's well done.
That's well
done.
Now that one.
Oh, it's like medium well.
Right.
Okay, I get where you're going at. It still feels well done.
Well, sorry, I was making muscle.
Okay,
And
that's medium.
Here. See, more
Yeah,
right
it's
here.
medium.
There
Okay.
you go. And then that's rare.
That's like medium rare.
It's ready for the steaks.
Okay. All right, thank you, Kristen. That's an interesting way of doing it. I've never heard that one before. You learn something new every
a
day.
really good chef told me
Okay,
that.
so when you start seeing the smoke, you're probably good to go. We got sizzle? We got sizzle. So I'm just going to place the steak on there. And we're going to leave it the F alone. We're not going to touch it. You got like a paper towel or something, Kristen? Nearby?
For what?
For my hand, yeah. Okay, thanks. I'll just throw this over my shoulder. So, yeah, there you go. So we're just going to leave it the F alone. I might move the pan around a little bit, but I'm not going to move the steak. You want that steak to brown nicely. You want to get a crust on it. Smells great already. Smells great already. And you're going to leave it on high heat. You really, like I said, you don't need to cook the middle so much because it's going to go in the stew and it's going to cook longer there. But if you want to cook for like well done or medium well or whatever, it's better not to leave it in the pan. Take the whole pan, stick it in the oven, finish it there. Don't try to cook it well done on a pan or you're going to burn it and dry it out. It's no good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this wooden spoon here and you just kind of nudge and you feel, okay. And it's going to stick and release. Once it releases, it might not stick because I do have a lot of olive oil in there, but I'm going to leave it alone for a while, and I'll see you guys in just a little bit when we're ready to flip it. Why is it so zoomed in? Oh. Okay, so this sucker's ready to flip. It's been about a minute since that last video, and if you try to do it and it's sticking to the pan, it's not ready yet. So, see how it moves nice and easily? It's ready to flip. So I got my turner here. I'm just going to do that, and there you go. And you see that lovely crust we got? Look at that. Hear the sound? Well, you might not hear the sound because of the sizzle, but yeah. Now, it's not going to need to cook as long on this side. Now, if I was cooking a steak just to serve as a steak, I would put like half a stick of butter in there and sort of baste it onto there. But I'm on a diet, I wouldn't probably do that. But butter and beef go beautifully together. And if you think about it, where does butter come from? A cow. Where does beef come together? Cow. Cow comes from grass. Yeah. Everything comes from a cow that goes together well. Cheese. Cheeseburger. Think about it. So, not all cheese comes from cows, but the cheese that you put on a burger does. So, yeah. Okay. I like it nice and rare, but it's going to go in the stew anyway. I never cook above rare anyway with steak. It doesn't need to go as long on this side, just long enough to get that crust. But you got to think of that oil being super, super heated for being cooked so long, so it's actually going to cook faster on the second side. So let's see. Let me give it a little nudge. It's not quite ready yet. Hey, Bobby. What's that? My phone's... I'm holding my phone. I'm filming right now. I'm making a video, okay? No, I'm filming the food. Yeah. You could look at it, see? Awesome. Okay, watch out, you're gonna fall down, Nathan. All right, so let's take a peek because that's nice. Okay, that's ready. So we're gonna take this one out. Okay, that one out. Let's just actually flip it over to. See, beautiful. Look at that crust. See here? Where the places where it touched the pan, you got that beautiful crust. That's where it's caramelized, which is what I talked about in the last video. All right, let's get our second steak in. I guess I am filming it. Beautiful ribeyes. All right, and I'm gonna pause here. And when I come back, I will have both steaks cooked, and we're gonna dice them up. We're gonna get all our vegetables ready. Actually, we're gonna get the potatoes ready first because they take the longest to cook. I'll see you guys in just a second. Real soon. Okay guys, real quick thing, second steak is almost finished here. As you can see, I've already flipped it. The second one's always, yeah, Bobby agrees. The second one's always going to cook way faster than the first one because the oil continues to get hotter. One thing I want to mention, because I was just showing it to my sister and my brother-in-law the first steak, say, hey, can I cook a steak or can I cook a steak? And my sister told me something that my brother-in-law does that is really gotta disagree with. Never cut into a steak right away. See what this one's doing? It's resting. You gotta let it rest because the middle continues to cook for a little while. If you cut it right away, all the myoglobin, which is the juice, is gonna run out instantly and it's gonna dry out. You don't want that. So let's see. But then again, he probably... Oh, that's not. That's just about done. Just like another 30 seconds. I'm actually gonna turn the heat off here and just let it finish. Actually, just finish crusting up there. Hey, Bobby. What do you cook till? Well done? Oh, all right, that's good. I thought he would eat it rare. I thought he would eat it well done. I go by the Hank Hill philosophy. When Bobby says, what if somebody wants their steak well done? And Hank says, then we'll ask them firmly but politely to leave. All right, I'll see you guys in just a second, and then we're going to get the potatoes ready. All right, we're back. I got some water that's going to go boiling, and by the way, you don't have to add salt to water. Salt doesn't make it boil faster. That is a myth. As a matter of fact, if you add salt to water, what salt does, it kind of keeps water at the same temperature, so it'll actually take longer to boil. So when you add salt to boiling water, it's for taste, and you want to do it after it's already boiling. But we're going to go cut the potatoes now, and here, I got them all washed up. Kristen, that's my sister, she actually had a potato washer, and what are you doing? Oh, okay, thank you. She's going to film me doing this. Oh, wow, these knives are great, Kristen. Oh, wow. Like, zero effort. How much do these cost? A couple hundred?
Grandma bought them for
Grandma
my
bought 'em?
wedding.
And she wouldn't say how much? Oh, that's the classy
Well, if you
thing
look
to do.
up how much those are, because that's the replacement thing.
Chicago cutlery.
It's like 2 something.
They're two something? That ain't bad. Oh, Kristen, that's great. You're getting a good angle, right?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, my sister is assisting me now cooking with VMX. That's why I came over here, because I figured she might jump in and help me. I think that's just in half. That'd be good.
Well, you know, Kristen's a camera freak.
And you're a cooking freak, too. And my sister is every bit as good a cook as I am. She is excellent. I just had her eggplant parm, which is some of the best I've ever had, other than my grandmother's. I have to say that
No,
because she's
hold on,
right
wait.
there. What's up?
What? You hold this
Okay.
and give me this. I just want to see why you're doing it that way when you can go and get the same results faster this way with such a sharp knife. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm not used to knife being that sharp, so
Oh,
yeah.
and then I do.
See, the knives that I'm usually working with are about half as sharp as that. Okay, yeah.
And that was like
Look at
saved you
that.
how much time.
Look at that. Okay. Guys, inside, please.
Go inside. I didn't get these.
Okay, Kristen accidentally stopped. It's got to be edited together anyway. You don't have a Galaxy phone, do you?
No. I have a Motorola.
So you're not used to that. All right, some of the way Kristen showed me.
You see the difference?
Yeah, it's great. No effort needed. You actually, like, did you go to culinary school, or I forget?
I did the classes
You did high school
in
classes?
high school.
Okay, that's great.
And then I was going to go
Put this
to
down right here.
culinary, but I didn't.
What stopped you?
I'm not answering that.
You're not answering that? Okay. You'll answer that off camera?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, pause it, because we get... Okay, guys, so we're going to stick these in the water. And by the way, if you're wondering why I leave the skins on, Kristen, you know, tell them why I leave the skins on.
Taste and nutrition.
All the nutrients in the potato are near the surface area. The further towards the center, the more it's just starch, right, Kristen?
Right, but you have too much water in the pot.
That's fine. It'll boil off. Oh, I want to get... That's fine. The reason I'm not dumping it all in there is because it'll splash everywhere. So the potatoes take the longest to cook, and then we're going to go chop the veggies. And chop all my peppers and all that bullshit.
You said shit.
Here, let me just dump a little of that out.
And
You say this filter? We're good? Okay, let's go the rest now. Okay, so the potatoes are going, and we don't need to do anything with them. We don't need to add no salt or nothing. Just leave them the way they are. And let's chop some chilies and onions. We're good? Yeah, just try not to film like my giant stomach, okay? Okay. I'll edit that part out, or maybe we'll leave it in. It'll be fun.
Cut.
Okay. Hey, I'm losing weight, guys. Okay, so we're gonna chop the onion, just the ends off like that. And by the way, if you cry when you chop onions, just have some running water nearby. Or you could chop them under running water, and that actually helps neutralize the eye irritation. There
or
we go.
put them in the fridge.
Put them in the fridge, really. Well, these were in the fridge.
Well, you also had them out while you were eating dinner.
That's true. Oh, I did have them out when I'm eating dinner. Now, I'm not going to go super diced here, but just slice. This knife is great, Kristen.
Hold on, wait. What are you doing?
I'm slicing them up.
Oh, you're doing slices.
Yeah.
You're not dicing.
Well, I'm going to.
Okay, go.
It's I told you, I'm not going to go crazy with this. Yeah. Are you filming or not? Why are you filming when... Kristen, I usually don't film me chopping anyway.
Oh, okay. Action.
Okay, so it's just... Alright. So yeah, I'm not doing this perfectly awesome, which is why Kristen is freaking out. But I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to get it chopped up roughly. It's for a stew. We're not...
I also have control issues, I'm sorry.
A little bit, yeah. So this is fast enough. Whoops. What is he doing?
That's Nathan for you. He's evil.
Well, I can't get too mad. I chose to film here. I knew it would be loud.
He's doing it because he sees the phone out. He knows I'm recording.
So putting on a little show, huh? Now, Kristen, tell me a little bit, since you're filming me chopping, which I don't normally do, but tell me a little bit about what you cooked earlier.
Oh, my eggplant parm with turkey meatballs and spaghetti.
You didn't tell your husband they were turkey meatballs until after he ate them.
I don't tell him a lot of things until he starts eating it.
What did he say directly before eating? Right when he ate it, what did he say?
How great it was.
And what did he say after he told him it was turkey?
That it was disgusting.
It's a dick move, guys. If you have a wife or girlfriend, don't do that to her. Dick move, right?
No, it's alright. He does it all the time. I think it's funny.
Really?
Yeah.
It is kind of funny. Out of the way quickly.
It's even worse when he eats leftovers and he has no clue they're leftovers.
That's funny. So turkey, meatballs, and eggplant parm. The eggplant parm is really good. And you're gonna taste my stew, right?
The tip is the cheese. You gotta put a lot of cheese, even in the breadcrumbs.
Oh. To cook any kind of Italian food. You also made spaghetti, didn't you?
Yeah.
I didn't mention that.
Yeah, I said spaghetti.
Oh, I didn't hear you say it.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. So that's my onions. Like I said, I'm not going super small or super uniform because it is for soup. So I'm just gonna stick those in a bowl. Well, it's reducing. Okay, hey guys, so now we're gonna cook, do the scallions. Just chop from the bottom till the end, and what's wrong?
Reducing.
Reducing, yeah.
It's a cooking thing.
I know it's a cooking term. In the last video, I told about reducing, because you know how I made the chicken soup curry?
You reduced it.
I reduced the stock, and then I made curry out of it.
Other things are reducing.
Yeah, and my body's reducing. Right. Okay. So scallions, and I told you guys last time about you do want as much of the white part as possible, right, Kristen? Mm-hmm. And why is that?
Because it's yummy.
Exactly. That's where all the flavor is. Because, and you know, Mom was talking about how she was growing onions. She was showing me her onion bulbs.
Yes.
And you know what she said to me? She says, you know the tops are like scallions?
They are. She gives them to me.
I said, Mom, scallions are onions.
But it's different.
Well, they're green onions.
Right, and we do the onion tops, and what I do is I chop them real fine, and I put them in a Ziploc bag and freeze them and use them when I need them.
That's nice.
I do with celery, too.
I gotta get this set of knives one day. All right, I got those. Okay, there's a lot of scallions, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite vegetable. Did you know that?
No, but we do now.
Do you know, I was talking to my friend Jesse. You guys know him as Armageddon Time last night. You know what he told me his favorite vegetable is? Oh, now I'm not remembering. What did he say? Brussels sprouts.
Oh,
now,
they taste like feet.
Well, Mom actually can make them pretty good these days. I went over there once and she had Brussels sprouts and she made me try it. And they were not bad. She loaded up with cheese. And they were not overcooked. I think the problem is most people overcook them. And that's the issue. But anyway, yeah, Brussels. He said that's my favorite vegetable. I'm like, wow. But he's weird because you know what he doesn't like? Green onions. Armageddon Time does not like scallions, guys. Go tell him on YouTube. Go to his YouTube channel. Subscribe to him because he's got great gaming videos. But tell him he's weird for not liking scallions, and he doesn't like red onions either.
My best friend Larita doesn't like any onions.
Isn't she Chinese?
Yep, and she doesn't like any onions.
Wow, that must have been rough for her growing up.
Red onions are good enough for you.
That must have been rough for her growing up, not wanting to eat onions, and
I guess so.
You know, her parents, I assume, were cooking Chinese food. Okay, all right, let's get that in the bowl.
Those are strong.
Yeah, I like them. They're very fresh. They're organic, actually. I don't normally go for organic produce because sometimes it goes bad quickly. But you know, you can reverse pinch to zoom in if you need to, but I kind of don't want you to touch because the buttons will hit.
I'm not touching.
Okay. All right. So what do you think? Can PewDiePie cook?
Probably not. Doesn't even sound like a name that can cook. Gotta have like a chef name.
You know who PewDiePie is? His real name's Felix. Well, he's from like Sweden or some shit.
Okay, I'm not even.
He's the #1 most subscribed person on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
How do I not even know who he is?
I know, right? Well, he does gaming videos, but he like screams like a girl and.
That's why.
Yeah, but not. I don't know. I don't personally like his content. Most of his fans are children, so.
Oh.
I bet you your kids watch him.
No, you know who? Well, probably, but you know who they like to watch? Engineering Family and those Kinder Surprise eggs.
Oh, which are banned in the United States.
Yeah. People are shipping them over.
Yeah. Well, I think importing them is fine. I think you just can't sell them here.
Right. They're expensive.
If anybody from the United States is wondering what a Kinder Surprise egg is, it's kind of like a Cadbury cream egg, but instead of there being Cadbury cream what?
I have a Cadbury cream egg here.
Oh, okay. That's great.
It's actually a caramel one, guys.
Oh, okay. It's like that. It's bigger.
Yes.
And there's like a toy or something on the inside. Mm-hmm. They thought that was a good idea.
Kids love it.
Yeah, but like the problem is it's a choking hazard,
Right.
and that's why they're banned here. Because you give, hey, here kids, here's a food, or I should say, here's a toy wrapped in food. Does that sound reasonable to you? And of course, then you got these people from Europe that are like, oh, Americans are so effing stupid. They're all like, oh, the kinder supplies, it might be a choking hazard. Oh, well, if your kids are stupid, they deserve to choke. And it's like, what? Are you kidding me? They're stupid because they're kids. They haven't learned anything yet. I was reading this list about funniest things your kid ever said to you. And you're going to like this, right? Mm-hmm. You know how toddlers are always asking questions? And one of their dads says, why do you ask so many questions? Okay, so as I was saying, sorry, Kristen had to pause because every once in a while she has to run wrangle one of her little monsters. So I'm about to do the chilies. What I was talking about is the guy asked his daughter, why do you ask so many questions? Because he was annoyed because she kept asking questions about everything. Why do you ask so many questions? You know what she says? Well, I don't know anything yet.
That's cute.
Yeah. Okay, now the thing about chilies is these are serrano, which are a little bit hotter than the jalapenos that you guys are probably used to. And will you try one?
No.
How about we'll both try one?
No.
Like a little piece, not a whole one.
Absolutely not.
No, really?
I'm not doing it. And I was going to ask you if you want gloves.
For serrano?
What? In case you want to rub your eyes. I don't know. Oh, God, you're nuts. My brother just ate one.
Delicious.
And you ate the
Actually?
seeds and everything?
Yeah, well, I ate the tip. There's not much seeds in there.
Oh.
They're not hot.
I'm not doing it. I'm drinking.
All right, so now here's the thing. There's a myth. So much ice in there. I told you, frozen grapes.
I don't have it. I'm coming!
So saying one of the myths about chilies is that they say the seeds are where all the spices, right? That's a myth. I want to show you guys. These are Mel peppers. That's why they're not that hot. The seeds have no spice. It's the gel around the seeds.
The membrane.
The membrane. Well, it's actually placenta. If you think of the seed as being the offspring, which is what it is, it's like the white of an egg or a human placenta. That's the analog there, and that's where all the capsaicin is, which is what makes them spicy. Don't want to eat the stem, obviously, so we'll toss that away. And I can't believe you're too much of a wuss to even try one. Look how little they are. You dare me? Do you dare me?
I double dog dare you. Oh, God, you're a weirdo.
No problems. That was hot, but not super hot. I mean, don't you remember when Mom used to make beef stew, we would put hot sauce in it?
I wouldn't put it in.
All right, you just put the cheese?
Yep. I still just put the cheese.
Where'd the stem to that one go?
I thought you took it off already.
Oh, that's right, I did. I'm a derp. Kristen, you gotta look at what you're filming.
I can see. Listen, did you just see what walked in the kitchen?
I see Cashy Poo. That's her pit bull. He's adorable. And I think they're raw habanero, you know that?
How about a ghost pepper?
I would not do that. The habanero was a bit much. Ghost pepper's something like 7 times as hot as a habanero. Is that a good angle?
Uh-huh.
If you say so.
It's cool.
So those are my chilies. And the last thing we're going to cook is the steak. Now, I actually, not cut. I actually was kind of thinking about this. What? Hey, Bobby. Okay, so I was actually kind of strategic because I wanted the albumin, the gel around the chilies seeds to be on the board when I cut the meat so that the meat would get some of the flavor of the chili. Now, we're just gonna, let's take a look. Look at that. Now see, it's not fully cooked. That's that temperature would be considered blue, but it's gonna go in a stew, so it's okay. But it is actually a myth that you can't eat raw meat. I mean, you can eat some raw meat. You gotta taste that, aren't you? I'll take a little piece. How is it?
Oh, right. That's really good.
I told you I can go with the steak.
Oh, shit.
Tell me more about how great I am. Keyboard Cat's on TV. Kristen just tried a piece of the steak. It's a myth that you can't eat raw meat. You can't eat raw chicken because it's not safe. Pork, I would recommend against it. You could eat pork medium. But when it comes to beef and lamb, raw is fine. If you guys watch Angry Grandpa, there was a video recently where he was eating raw steak. And his son, the asshole, was yelling at him. And his son finally looked it up online. It's perfectly safe to eat raw beef. Of course, this isn't raw, it's blue. Well, veal is beef. There's no difference between veal and beef. It's just the same exact
Now
thing.
you're leaving the fat on to go in the stew too?
Yeah, because that's going to render
flavor.
down. That's going to render down. Okay, so let's get that's the first steak in there. Does your husband want to try a little piece?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're back. We're filming? Okay. So, yeah.
Bless you.
Raw meat's fine, but it's going to get fully cooked in the stew anyway. Nub there. It needs to go in the stew, man. This is expensive. I gave you a piece. That's all you're getting. So anyway, what do you think about making this a regular thing? You and me?
Maybe.
Maybe I can film you cooking.
Oh, I would like that.
You know, we can take turns. Because,
Yes,
yeah,
it's a ball
I'd want to do more of these videos. Remember that broccoli soup we made for Mother's Day once?
That was good.
I'd like to do that once. Broccoli soup and risotto. Okay, so that's all done. Now, actually, I'm going to put the flour here, so I'm going to wash my hands first, so Kristen's going to pull. Those potatoes are, what are you, filming me washing my hands?
I'm showing that you're hygienic.
Well, I always, you know what, you know what?
What's it called over there?
I've never, what, sanitizer?
No, soap.
Soap is soap. I got to drive home, so I can't do that.
Go.
Okay, so the potatoes are just about done. Kristen actually asked me, why are you pre-cooking the potatoes? I said, well, because I don't want to be for hours making stew, right? Because the potatoes take the longest to cook. So normally you just throw them in raw, but let's taste. Oh yeah, they're perfect. Okay, I'll just take a little bit. Let me know.
What'd you say, Bobby?
Bobby, could you stop? Could you stop interrupting us, please?
And don't step on my dog. Or you die.
Actually, keep the Maya glove here.
What?
The Maya glove is
What?
the juices.
Oh.
It's Maya glove. That's the scientific term.
Are we going like this?
Sure, why not?
You want garlic? Yeah. That's right.
Forgot. Oh, nice. Okay.
You gonna take a little film of the label like you did with everything else?
Sure,
Jesus.
Why?
I only use that for that, so it has
I'm
to
gonna
be
wash
washed
it anyway.
now.
I'm gonna wash it anyway. I'm gonna wash it.
I usually just and then put it back this way. Like,
No, I wanted to control how much I'm putting in there.
all right,
Okay,
and
so-
it's not gonna make a difference when you put it on the thing because
I
of
hope
how
not.
you have it,
I hope not.
and you can flip it anyway.
Yeah.
Something happened.
What
We
do you
got a
mean?
message.
Oh, that's fine. It's still filming, Krista. You didn't stop it. Tell YouTube what you did.
Okay, we're gonna blame it on the.
We're gonna blame it on the wine.
Alcohol.
You had half a glass. You're not even drunk.
No, this is my second.
Oh, okay.
I might have pressed pause, thinking I was recording instead of pressing play.
So what did we miss? Because we just reviewed the footage. What did we
let's
miss?
go over here.
Not only, let's not even mention the fact that you're filming upside down.
Okay, please.
What did you miss
So
me
this is
doing?
what
Why
we
don't you
did.
demonstrate?
We put the flour down,
And what do we season with
and we
it?
seasoned it with paprika.
Smoked paprika,
Smoked.
yeah.
And we went. I'm not really gonna do it.
Of course not, because it's
Then the
expensive.
meat was in here.
Yeah, and what did we,
took
and
it
we
out,
coated the meat.
And we coated it, and we put it in here.
Yep.
And then we took the meat, and we took
The myoglobin, which is the
myoglobin,
juices.
which is the juices.
And we poured that into the pot.
Into the pot.
What else did we put in there?
We put the carrots.
No, before that.
Oh, we put garlic.
Garlic, minced
And
garlic,
olive oil.
and olive oil. A little bit, about 1/8 of a teaspoon,
Right,
right?
that's it, because you don't
Okay.
want it oily.
Okay.
And then we put the carrots and all that fun stuff.
Okay, so the stew's in here, and I'm gonna stir it up.
Way to fix it, I guess.
Yeah. We're just gonna. Oh, it's smelling good. Been about an hour, I think. And what do we thicken it with at the end?
Flour.
And if you can't have flour, what are you thinking of?
Rice flour or cornstarch.
Yes. Okay, and we're gonna leave that. Okay, see you guys soon. See how we said.
Like that, or you want it
Like that. That's right side out. See how it says rec on the top? Okay, so we're, I took this down about high medium because it was starting to bloop, bloop, bloop. We're gonna give it a good stir. And boy, does that look good or what? And do you have a non-slot? Could you grab me the non-slotted spoon from over there? So we can taste. I'm just gonna taste the broth. It's gonna be starchy as hell right now, but. Oh wow, it needs salt.
Here.
Here what? Oh, I brought my own salt.
Oh,
Yeah, here it is. Okay, so. Oh! Hey! Traffic area, buddy. Still filming? Mm-hmm. Alright, so it needs salt big time. It doesn't need pepper, but I got some other spices I'm gonna stick in there.
Up there, baby.
What chili powder? It's not taking it out. How many paprikas do I have? Jeez. What if it's cinnamon? That's medicine. Okay, so we got the salt in there, and I'm just gonna add a little chili powder just to give it a little smokiness. And let's slotted shit. Looking good, smelling good, don't you think? Yummy. Better than Mom's.
I better hope she doesn't see this.
Our beef stew is okay.
He said okay. I'm your favorite child.
It's good.
Looks good.
Okay, guys, so it's been another about, what, 20 minutes or so? And we're going to, hold on, Nate. We're gonna give it a good stir. We did cheat a little bit. We both just tasted it right before this, but we're gonna give it a quick taste and just wanted to show you what the consistency is like, what the color is like. I don't think, do you think I'm gonna need to thicken it at the end? I think it's pretty thick already.
I think it's pretty thick, but I have cornstarch if you need it.
I don't think I'll need it. Oh, mud on, that's good. All right, I think another 20 minutes and it's gonna be done. What do you think, Kristen?
Yes.
Okay. All right, see you guys then. Please don't drop my phone in there. As I'm cooking the beef stew, my sister she's preparing for her birthday cake, and she's making like a strawberry compote to go in the middle of the cake. So tell people what you got going on here.
Well, right now we got some fresh cut strawberries.
Okay.
Then I'm just.
And I tasted one; they're absolutely delicious.
I just bought them the other day, and I have them just in a little saucepan.
And you got sugar.
I got
white sugar.
White sugar on the bottom, which I'm going to sprinkle a little more on top.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not everything.
And you're just going to stew it. You're going to stew it down, right?
I'm just going to let it sit for
That's
a
your
minute.
white sugar.
Just a little white sugar like that.
Yep.
And then you actually just let it sit like this.
It's a quick little cooking with Kristen interlude here.
That's it. Just a little.
Try not to get put your boobs in the way.
Sorry. So before I turn it on, it's not even on yet.
But you're gonna mash it up.
I just get it
and get it nice and coated.
I just get it all. Yep.
Okay.
All coated. And you know.
You're the dessert queen. I don't do shit like this.
Depending on the strawberries, sometimes I add a little lemon juice.
Yeah. Well, I tasted some acidity in there, so.
I might just add a splash, but not yet. This is kind of.
I don't think you need it.
This is gonna make its own juices, but if it's not enough juice, I always add a little bit of
water.
Water. Just
I think honey would do better, but that's just my personal thing.
No, I'd have to try that one day. It sounds like a good idea. See, and then I just put it on high for a minute, and then I lower it down.
Okay, cool.
And then at the end,
just a quick little interlude here.
At the end, we add a little cornstarch.
Just a thickening agent.
Just a little.
You don't know? Yeah.
You don't even need much. You need like a teaspoon, not even.
Okay.
And that's it. It's good.
Cool. And what's the difference between cooking and baking? What is the essential difference?
Cooking isn't a science.
It's an art.
It's an art.
Baking is science. Measurements.
Science, you have to measure.
Strictly by recipes. Yeah.
Right.
There's not much room for creativity, except for the creativity is in the design, right?
Or the flavor. Sometimes you can mess with the flavor.
You ever make carrot cake?
I don't do carrot cake.
I would love to see you make carrot cake.
But my specialty is pineapple upside down cake, so we will have to do that one day.
Well, maybe we will.
We will.
Okay? But I'd love for you to do carrot cake one day.
Okay.
It's my favorite cake. Okay. I'll see you guys. Now you know it's done when it gets that gravy skin. You see the gravy skin and it's like, that's good. Let's see. See? A little gravy skin. So we're going to mix that up. And we're going to give it a final taste, and I'm going to pack up my shit. I'm going to get out of here.
I don't know. I know we have game.
All right.
I don't know if we can.
Let's give it a taste. It's been cooking for about a little more than an hour. That is perfect. That is steak stew. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you want to see more videos, let me know. And me and Kristen were talking about doing more in the future. There's recipes she wants to show, there's recipes I want to show, and we work well together. And yeah. Bobby, say goodbye to all my YouTube subscribers.
Okay, bye!
He ended.